What's up, you guys? It's Cassidy. Welcome back to my channel. And today I am doing a review and demo kind of thing on this palette right here. This is the Yes Please palette by ColourPop. I already know how I feel about it. Spoiler alert, I'm obsessed with this palette. It's amazing. Honestly, like, after finishing this look, I'm just like, wow, it's so good. So I just wanted to show you guys like how it works. In this tutorial, I tried to use as many colors as I possibly can from this palette so I can really get a feel of how it is, the quality and stuff like that. So I created this kind of like halo cut crease sort of thing with this palette, and I love how this look came out. So if you guys want to see how I got this look and how this eyeshadow applies and blends and the pigment of it, if you guys want to see all that stuff, then just keep on watching. Let's jump right into it. But before we do, please don't forget to like this video, and while you're down there, don't forget to subscribe because we're almost at 10,000. I'm doing a huge giveaway once I hit 10,000 subscribers. So if you guys can just go ahead and hit that subscribe button, please, please, please. It would mean the world to me. I'm so excited that my little YouTube family is growing, and I just can't wait for more. So let's get there. Other than that, let's just jump right into this video. I like to pin my hair back with these little tissues. That way it doesn't create like little dents in my hair. So, I already filled my eyebrows in with Goof Proof Brow Pencil by Benefit. I am in the shade 4. And then I primed my eyelids with MAC's Painterly Paint Pot, and I have a little bit of tinted moisturizer on as primer for my foundation. But we're going to go ahead and jump right into the eyes right now. Today I'm using the beloved Yes Please palette by ColourPop. When you open it up, you have these gorgeous warm colors. This looks like warmth, Thanksgiving, fall vibes. Oh, I love this palette. I mean, I don't know if I love it yet because I haven't used it, but from the color selection, from what I see here, I feel like I'm already gonna fall in love with this. Like, it's just a dream. It's a warm girl's dream. I always start out with my Sigma E40, and this is the very fluffy blending brush that I love so much. I'm first taking this shade right here. This is a shade called Bling, and it's just a really nice pale nude shade. I'm just gonna kind of like set my eyelid with that, so that way the other colors and other shadows just blend a little bit more seamlessly. Then I'm going to go in with this color right here. This one is called Big Cocktails, and it's just kind of like a very light peachy color. I'm just picking it up just like that, tapping some off, and then I'm going to blend that straight into my crease. I'm going to build up the color. I'm starting out really light, and then I'll work my way to the darker colors. I'll try this color right here. This is the shade called Champs, and it's just a very nice orangey tone shadow. So that one picks up a lot. Like, you could tell it's super pigmented. I'm going to try to tap a lot off because it looks very pigmented. Woo! Let's tap more off. That's really, really pigmented. That's so pretty though. I love it. I think today I'm going to go for a halo eye, so I'm trying to start bringing the color onto that inner corner, working that rounded eye shape. They seem to be blending out really, really nicely. That's a plus for sure. Ow, I just poked the shit out of myself. Moving on, we're going to start working our way into the browns. I'm picking up this nice light brown shade. Well, this is actually a medium brown shade. There is quite a lot of fallout, I must say that. Like, as soon as I put my brush in there, I don't know if you guys can tell, it's like a lot of fallout there. As long as they're blending together nicely, I don't really care too much about the fallout. I switched over to a Real Techniques 203 brush. It's a little bit of a smaller blending brush. And then we're gonna work our way into the browns. I'm picking up this shade called Chauffeur. I'm gonna start working in that halo shape with this. So I'm pushing that on the outer corner, and then I'm also gonna drag it into the inner corner right here. Make sure that's nice and blended. Then I'm going in with this shade called Louis right here. It's similar to Champs, but this one is definitely like a darker tone of that. So I'm just gonna pick a little bit up of that and then work it in those same areas, the outer and inner corner. And I'm just kind of pushing it in there just to start darkening those areas up. And then I'm going back in with that fluffy brush just to kind of go over the higher points of the crease, just to make sure there are no harsh lines creating. Blending out really this outer part here and not moving too low. I'm gonna go ahead and grab this darkest color in the palette. This is called Mischief, and I'm picking that up on a Real Techniques shader brush. It'll allow me to have control of this color. I don't want to use a big brush for darker colors because it'll just go everywhere. So this brush is seriously so perfect for just tapping in some darker color in exact areas that you want it. And I am keeping this right on the outer corner. I don't know if you can notice, but I am using like tiny little circular patting motions. I'm kind of moving in this motion, you know, and that will help you prevent harsh lines. So I'm kind of just like slightly moving my brush around in that little area. And then it kind of just creates like a smoother transition. So I'm going to start to bring it up a little bit in my crease, but then stop right about there. Then I'm going right in here into the inner corner and doing the same thing, just using those patting motions to really put the color directly where I want it. I'm then going to grab my Real Techniques 207 brush, but this one is clean, and I'm just going to try to buff out those outer edges a little bit more, and just to make sure that, again, there are no harsh lines. Okay, so I'm actually going to create a little cut crease in the middle of this halo eye, and I'm taking my MAC Painterly Paint Pot with a very, very flat brush, and I'm just picking up a little bit of that, and then I'm going to go ahead and just put that right in the middle, and then start to create a little like flat line, like right here. And same thing on the other eye. So I created that sharp line right there, and then I tried to kind of blend it into the colors on the outside, but I'm going to go ahead and blend them in a little bit more as soon as I pack on the color onto the center of my lid. And the color that I'm going to use on my lid is this one. This is called Spoiled, and it's just like a really nice gold. So I'm taking that on an accent shadow brush by Eco Tools, and then I'm just going to pack that right on the center of my lid, on top of where I put that Painterly Paint Pot, and that looks like such a pretty gold eyeshadow. I actually really, really love that. I'm gonna keep that harsh line there, so make sure I'm like a little bit more careful around this area. Same thing on the other eye. Look how pigmented that goes on. Holy cow. That is gorgeous. Then to sort of work with these harsh edges right here, I'm picking up the shade Louis again on a small shader brush. Work at the edges, just like, again, using those little tapping motions that you saw me using before. And then again, I'm taking the darkest shade called Mischief on the same brush, just picking up a little bit of that, and just, again, like re-darkening those outer corners. Because through the blending, they sometimes lose some of its pigment, and I want it to look really dimensional, so I always put the darkest colors on that very outer edge. I'm taking my pinky finger and just dipping it in that gold lid color, and I'm just packing it right on the center just to make sure it's really, really like poppin' and pigmented right in that area. And that is exactly how I want it to look. Now I'm going to take this reddish shade called Butter Cake and this small pencil brush, and I'm really just kind of like tapping it very, very little on there, and I'm gonna go ahead and work that right on top of this cut crease, just like that, to kind of define that outer line a little bit more, using that to really shape that cut crease right there. And I am like barely touching my eye. I'm being really, really light-handed with this because I don't want to mess up the cut crease, but I want it to be a little bit more defined. I like it. So I'm gonna go ahead and throw on these lashes. I'm using Kiss lashes in the style Peony, and then I'm gonna have some mascara on, and I'm gonna finish my face makeup, and then I'll come back to finish my under eye using these shadows. Okay guys, so I finished my face makeup. The only thing I did to my eyes off of camera was I put Mary Luminizer by The Balm. This is a highlight. Oh my gosh, I'm so discombobulated. This is a highlight that I have on my face, and I also put that on my inner corner and a little bit on my brow bone. I don't know if you guys can tell, but that's the only thing that I did to my eyes, and obviously I also added some false lashes. I'm actually going to take a brown eyeliner, and the one that I'm using is by Pretty Vulgar, and it's in the shade Yours Truly. This eyeliner is bomb, and Pretty Vulgar is a new brand. I received some stuff from them, and I actually really like their things, especially this eyeliner. It's super smooth and just goes on like really, really easily, as you can see. So it goes on really smoothly, but once it's on, it stays there. Like, I don't have to worry about it running. Now I'm going back into the palette to work on my lower lash line. I really, really want to use this color. It's like one of those crazy yellow colors that are in this palette that I know I won't reach for every day, but for the purpose of this tutorial, I really want to use it. This shade is called French Kiss, and I'm gonna go ahead and put that on my lower lash line at first. The brush that I'm using is a smudge brush by Real Techniques, and it's just this nice tiny little brush. I'm picking that up, and I'm just gonna run it all over my lower lash line and kind of use it to help blend out that brown eyeliner. So I'm just blending that out right on there. That's a really, really nice pigmented yellow shade. And then I'm going to go ahead and merge the yellow eyeshadow with the brown eyeliner with this orangey shade called Louis. Actually, I'm going to mix these two. I'm mixing Louis and Champs. These two right here. I'm just going to mix those. And then I'm using a liner smudge brush by Eco Tools. This one is really tiny and perfect for shadow on the lower lash line. And I'm just going to put that right in between the yellow and the liner. So the lower lash line has kind of that like sunset warm brown orangey yellow. Oh my god, I said like a million things there. Kind of looks like a sunset, which I really like. Then I'm going to go in with MAC mascara. This is the Extended Play Lash Mascara. And now I'm just going to do my lips really quick. I am using Urban Decay's lip liner in the shade Uptight. I use this all the time. Then I'm going in with Flower Beauty Gloss in Classic Nude. I love this lip gloss so, so much. It's one of the prettiest nude lip glosses ever. Okay. And that is it for this look. Alright, so that is it for this look, you guys. I absolutely am in love with how this turned out. This palette, it's a yes for me, like in every single way. The pigment of the shadows was absolutely amazing. The way they blended on my lids, just like, mwah, like butter blending into butter. Just imagine butter blending into butter, and that's what these eyeshadows are. So I just love how this look turned out. I know this palette is like always sold out, but if you guys were thinking about getting your hands on it, I would definitely suggest it to you guys. So I hope you guys enjoyed this look. I want to thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe because you know how much it means to me from the bottom of my heart. I love you guys so, so much, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!